Walking Blind is hosted by overly emotional dudes who overthink and overanalyze everything. Nothing the hosts say should be taken as medical advice or opinion. They're not professionals, and they're about to make that very clear. So just kick back and hang with them, because you've earned it. Ooh.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Walking Blind podcast. This is episode 31, and we made a promise last week, and we couldn't even we couldn't fall through on the one promise.
I know, but it was
there's a reason. There's a reason for it. So this episode for this week, normally we record on Mondays. Today is Thursday when we're recording this. So when you guys see it, if all goes well, you're going to see it literally in a few hours like by the morning. But Papa Perez was supposed to be here. Yeah. Papa Perez Sr. was supposed to be here. And this week, pretty much everybody fell ill. Everybody fell sick. I got sick. You got sick.
I got sick.
Pops got sick. Does anybody else in the house sick?
My youngest niece got sick.
So, and not COVID, right?
Not COVID. We all got tested.
No vid. And it was just one of those like bugs that went around. So you might hear a little congestion, whatever. But Papa Perez will be here on Monday, which is like in a few days from now. So it's all good. That being said, we do still have the questions for him. I got them all saved. We're going to be asking him these questions. One of my favorite ones is, hey, Papa Perez, how much of a terror was little Mikey? So I'm curious about that too. I kind of want to know.
I think he's going to be like, he was good.
Oh, Mikey was good.
He was a good one.
He's going to be smiling when he does it. He was good. But yeah, so I'm sorry we couldn't follow through on our promise, but we're here. You know, we didn't skip this episode. We could have. It's not like anybody cared last time.
Yeah, I think I almost kind of wish we would have tried to have done it on Monday.
I'd just been all jacked.
It would have been so. I sounded awful. I sound great right now. I feel
compared to this week.
Yeah,
dude. And then so I wasn't supposed to take on classes this week. One of the other trainers has been out. She was supposed to come back this week. It was supposed to be her class. I actually called off on Monday because I wasn't feeling good. And then Jocelyn texted me and she was like, you're taking this class because the world did show. I was like, fuck. I was like, okay. So then I went back in on Tuesday and I took over the class and I'm like legit like, I was like, I promise I'm not, it's not COVID. I just, and like I'm all congested, like trying, and I'd be trying to talk and like, you know, my throat would be clear and everything. And then, you know, you get those random moments of congestion where it just hits all of a sudden. Yeah. So you're like talking, you're like, so basically what you guys got to do is you guys got to make sure that you're looking at this, whatever. Like you just kick in. You're like, ugh. But we're here now.
Mine was, so I went into work on Sunday, and I forgot if I did mention that I wasn't feeling well. But like as soon as my manager saw me, she's like, she's like, yeah, go home.
Just go home. Like don't be here.
I was like, I can power through the shift. But I think also like my eyes are like super red and my nose is like starting to get really like runny.
And then people are going to be like, why is he making my coffee?
Don't touch my cup.
Don't touch my latte. What the fuck?
Yeah. So it sucks, especially in like,
there it is.
This has happened before with me, with allergies, just regular allergies, but I usually get them pretty bad. And if my allergies start kicking, then they just have to send me home.
I remember there was one day, I think like I had the day off. Martin was off because it was a Friday. And I hit you up and I was like, yo, like what time are you, how late are you working? Because we're going to come by and get coffee. And you're like, I'm already off. They sent me home because of allergies. And I was like, all right, whatever.
And then so Sunday I got sent home early. And then on Saturday, Sunday. So Monday, Monday I was like, I was like, if I get good rest, I think I'll be good for Monday.
Yeah.
And I don't think Kaylee believed me for a second. She's like, okay, well, keep us posted, but we're gonna, we'll be fine if you can't.
Yeah.
And dude, my alarm went off, got up, went to go take a shower, dude, and I was like, it was bad, dude.
That's how I felt too. Like when we had coffee, I didn't feel that bad.
I didn't feel that bad either. I felt something coming, but I also felt like I just need to sleep and I'll kill it.
I think it was like I feel sick, but it's gonna go away. Yeah. Like that was it's gonna pass.
Yeah.
And then throughout the weekend, I was just like, oh, this is not good.
Yeah, Monday was definitely my worst day, so I didn't go to work Monday. But I slept all day. Which is good, and I think that was a good. So I think Monday was like my worst day, and then after that, I think it tapered off pretty quick.
Yeah.
But now I just have this like weird, I don't even know, like congestion, I guess, and random cough, dude. That's the other thing too. I was like super sore from coughing. I don't think of the sickness being something that made me cough a lot, but when I coughed, it like hurt.
Yeah. There's the same thing with Karima. Like her chest was all like messed up. Like she was like have a hard time breathing.
Yeah.
No
COVID.
It's weird.
Still COVID free.
And then Martin over here is like, man, I'm managing the shop right now because Mike's out and there's 5 dudes out with COVID. like fuck.
Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, he took it over like he said last week, and he had 5 call-offs.
Yeah, 5 people call out because of COVID. I mean, it's back. Like not to get into like conspiracy stuff, but did you see like the whole Biden?
How he like basically said there's gonna be a second pandemic.
He's like, we have to prepare for the second pandemic, like because there's gonna be another one coming, and you're like,
why
is there? Why? I mean, at this point, like not to take away from what COVID did 2 years ago, it's no longer as bad as it was. Like,
right.
While they say like, yeah, everybody's kind of getting it again, a bunch of people are getting sick with COVID, and they are, but it's not as severe as it was. Like we're kind of in the place where our bodies are used to it,
Yeah.
Now it's kind of just becoming, from what I understand, like any other bug.
Yeah,
like you and I haven't throughout all this time still haven't tested positive once,
and we've been tested quite a bit.
Yeah, had so many nose swabs, so many like little like at home tests.
I hate them. My coworker, I got on COVID, and he said that he just thought it was allergies.
Yeah.
And then he got sick. He said he just felt like shit for like a whole day, and then that was it.
Yeah. I remember at one point in time, like people were getting sick around us, and you were like, "Just let me get it and get it over with." You're like, and just nothing.
Because I'll have the antibodies, but whatever. Someday.
Right, well, that being said, let's jump in. Mental health check. Where you at?
Mental health check. So really quick, I want to see maybe we get one new listener a week.
Okay.
One new listener. Our mental health check is just we basically check in on where we're at mentally, and if there's anything that is going on, how are we coping with it or dealing with it. And it doesn't always have to be negative. This doesn't have to be. I always have to be like, oh, I'm feeling, mentally, I'm feeling awful. It can be good. You can be feeling good. So, this is where we check in. This is kind of what's cool about this is what we would do on Saturdays. We get coffee and we would just vent and we just talk about like our week.
Yeah.
And then eventually, the podcast idea was born, and here we are.
I feel like the podcast idea was always there.
Yeah.
It was just a lot of convincing to make it actually happen. And the weird part about it is like, I don't know if we ever talked about this. Like the original plan of the podcast was for me to just like kind of like interview you for the first couple episodes, right? And talk about the NBR stuff. And then it was like going to be like, I was going to be like your Jamie, basically. Yeah. I was going to be like off camera, just like, whatever. Like, I'm here to like help guide the show or whatever. I'll chime in every now and then if like you started rambling and going like into nonsense and stuff like that. And then I think we just kind of like, well, this is the show now.
Yeah, this is the show. We just talk.
Show.
It's the most natural.
And it's like what 31 weeks. We missed 1 week in all that time. So yeah. Mental health check.
Mentally, I feel like I'm all right. I think I feel like I've I don't know how to explain it. I don't plan to be busy, but I feel like I'm just busy. Like I just have like little things that come up here and there. Like I don't do anything difficult. I just always have something. I feel like for instance today, just something very, not a big deal, but just drive my brother and family to the airport. They're heading out to Wisconsin, and so
everybody went to Wisconsin.
Dude, no, my parents went to Vegas.
What?
Yeah.
What are they doing in Vegas? That's the land of sin.
No, I don't know. I don't know why they're there.
Is there a conference? Are they?
I think.
Are they baptizing the population? Like what's happening?
I think so. Well, no, because they went with my aunt and uncle.
Are they heathens?
No, dude, they all love the Lord. I don't know. Dude, I'll just show you. Show you. Look at this.
Let me see. Let's see what this. Did they get like a super sick room, like a suite and all that?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even know they were going to Vegas.
Wait, so what did your brother and his family go to Wisconsin for? What? Are they at the Raiders stadium? No way. I'm not a Raider fan, but that's pretty cool.
My dad got to stand on the 50-yard line.
I hear that stadium is like super, super nice.
Yeah. They're like, oh, it's so good. This is a must do when you guys are in Vegas. I'm like,
that's wholesome.
Yeah.
That's wholesome.
So we went to Monterey to go to beaches, and then you guys go to Vegas and go to. Anyway.
Yeah. How come you couldn't take me on this vacation, Mom?
What?
What? Oh, we're finding new information on the show.
I just got a text from my mom.
They're at America's Got Talent.
They're at a taping of America's Got Talent.
Wait, why were you not included in this trip?
Dude, hold on.
Okay, so what you guys don't realize is that for those of you who don't watch the video version, which is why we recommend that you do, Mike is just vigorously texting his mom and dad. Is it your mom? Is
I'm really jealous.
Just vigorously texting the family group chat because they're at a taping of America's Got Talent.
You know what? I'll disclose this. So one of my mom and I will watch shows. Like one of the shows we watch is America's Got Talent. We used to watch The Voice.
Are you offended that she's there without you?
Dude, I'm a little. I mean, could have given me a heads up.
Yeah, you could have given your boy a little lead time, just saying like, "Hey, by the way."
Yeah. Dude.
Now, there's no way they just stumbled upon this, right? Like they're like at the Raider Stadium. They're like, "By the way, would you like tickets to because that happens, right?"
I guess.
I'm over here batting for you.
Dude.
Now, well, I apologize in advance because now Mike's going to be distracted the entire episode trying to look at updates of America's Got Talent.
You know what? Party at the Perez home.
House party at the Perez household this tomorrow. 4th of July.
4th of July.
Weekend.
Dude. Oh, yeah. So I'm good. I just...
Are you though?
Just some stuff going on with my family that No, I think I've been good. I think I'm just kind of I think I just need to get on a better sleep schedule.
Yeah.
But other than that, I've been doing all right, eating okay, which is usually good for me. I've been walking, I guess. Yeah, I've been walking pretty much. Only day I didn't walk was Monday because I was pretty much in bed all day.
Yeah. But
other than that, I think I'm good. I feel like I'm good. I know more or less what I want to do, and I've been kind of doing it. So, yeah, I think I'm in a pretty decent spot. I think I just need sleep.
What do you mean? What you want to do? Like, as far as what you're doing for your future, or?
Yeah, like work and stuff and things like that.
Did you go full time at the brew?
Yes and no. Like I'm doing more hours for sure, but I'm kind of looking to see what else is out there. Although when I was like, I'm gonna go look for a job, I don't want to commute with gas right now, dude. I don't want to drive far.
That's fair.
So it's really limited my options, but I actually was surprised for some of the options.
Why don't you get a bike? Why don't you get a bike?
Motorcycle?
No, a bicycle. You lose weight?
Oh, dude. I do have a bike, a stationary one.
That doesn't go anywhere.
I know. No.
So are you looking just for jobs in general, or are you looking back in your field?
A little bit of both. I've kind of come to the conclusion that until I have like my master's and I can start getting hours towards what I actually want to do, which is more like the clinical side, clinical therapy kind of stuff. Then a lot of the jobs I would get are going to be jobs that don't necessarily excite me too much.
Yeah.
But that being said, I mean, I did kind of do a good little search and found some jobs that seem interesting, but I'm also a little weary because I felt like my last job, like on paper, was like perfect.
Yeah. Ideally, it sounds cool, but the job itself. But that boils down to like, so you and I sent you a video and we kind of talked about this a little bit, like about why you want a boring job.
Yeah.
And one of those things, one of the lines that really stood out on there is like, you don't quit jobs, you quit managers.
Right.
Right. And I think that was kind of part of the reason that you left the last place is like, first off, they weren't straightforward with the, with what your schedule was going to be, and they weren't straightforward with your expectations. And then like when you got there, like there was no real like concern for your mental well-being.
Right? No. Yeah, not at all.
And then I don't know Renee's story, but from what I gather, it was kind of a similar situation with Renee as well.
Yeah.
Shout out to Renee. What's up?
Yeah. The people at where I worked were like, they were rad and they're doing their best, but it's like, it is tough, man. And Renee, dude, she got hired. I think she worked there like a month and a half before I did.
She stuck it out.
Well, dude. And also, I mean, I guess I don't want to say this on here. I was going to say, and you, I think but, she was like 3 days on the job when something crazy happened.
I don't know if I know this story.
Oh, maybe it is.
Oh, you'll have to tell me afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
or she can tell me afterwards.
But yeah, and then she stayed, dude. I don't know. I mean, I guess I probably would have too, but and then she stayed almost like 2 months after I left, I think. But it's just a difficult job, and then it was made a little harder.
Oh, wait. Did this happen like early on when you were? Yeah. Okay, I know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because I went.
Yeah.
I was still like, I was supposed to just do like training. I wasn't even supposed to work shifts yet.
That's right. I remember.
And they were like, "Yeah, don't come in today."
Yeah.
Anyway, it's just it's a difficult job, but learn, live and learn. And I feel like I'm more. It's funny. There's things that like I feel like I can point out when I read like job descriptions. I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah. I'm okay on that. Yeah, actually, I had a conversation with somebody today about my job and about like, was it what you expected? And I was like, it wasn't as advertised, and that's kind of the same scenario. Like, to me, like my job's not difficult by any means. It can be, just depending on the personalities that you deal with. But like, what I was kind of, the job that I was offered didn't really necessarily match what the job ended up being in the end, for me, anyways. And so now I'm just kind of like, okay, now what? I've been there a year now at this point, in July. Wow. A year in July.
Dang.
So it's like, okay, like what, if I go anywhere, I'm going to stay in Loma Linda just because I've been there for 11 years at this point until something else takes off.
Dude, sorry. Mike had such a funny, like, leaving of his job, of his last job. Like, every people were like, "Hey, congratulations on getting the new position, but if you ever want to come back, like,
yeah,
just just if it's not,
if it's not for you, let us know." And it's funny because I have friends that worked there previously that now work at other places that are also telling me like, "Hey, you want to jump ship and come over here?" But they also said like, there's a lot more flexibility here, and there's a lot more diversity as far as like the things that you do here.
Mm-hmm.
They go, but we can't really match the pay over there. And I'm like,
yeah. Well,
I got a mortgage. I got a, so, but yeah, so I get that. Like you're looking at job descriptions, you're looking at stuff and you're like, I know what that means. That's not what it actually means.
yes. But yeah, I'm not, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I should be stressing, but I'm not, or at least I'm not, I'm trying not to let it stress me out. So yeah. I think more or less having like a clear picture for myself of what I'm trying to do and what I'm trying to get. I feel like I'm being selective in the right ways. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So. Yeah. This time you're not just jumping in because, okay.
Yeah. Like I wanted a job so badly when I graduated. And then for this one, like I said, on paper, I was like, oh dude, this actually looks fun. Like,
yeah,
it was,
not as advertised.
Not as advertised. It has moments. But anyway, where are you at?
I'm pretty good. I'm things are all starting to like fall into place for like the big plans, Martin. So we're I don't want to say all of it on here. I just want to show you guys. So like the goal is like to show you guys what the plan was and what we've been working on within the next like hopefully month, right? So we'll see. But
are you gonna like video log it?
I thought about it, like make it a thing.
Yeah, do it.
Like just like, yeah, kind of do the whole process of everything. I'll probably do that. I probably will. And then because there's a lot that I'm going to be doing myself too. So just be like, hey, check it out. Check out my new YouTube channel.
I'll just be in the background with Martin.
You guys are just sitting back there going, yeah. And then I could also film me helping Martin work on the El Camino too.
Oh yeah.
So
Martin has a sick El Camino.
Yeah, Martin got a dope ass El Camino, and then he went to Camarillo and got like 100-spoke wire wheels and stuff to put on the car. It's gonna be sick when it's done.
How surprised were you that he didn't show up in the Camarillo?
Actually, like at first, I thought he was gonna show up in the El Camino, but when I mentioned something, he's like, I can't drive it yet, and I was like, oh, that's right.
Oh yeah, I remember now.
It's an Arizona car, doesn't have seat belts. So like there's so much illegal about it at this point in time that needs to be fixed. So
that's right. I didn't think about that stuff.
Yeah. So like now it makes sense why he's not like riding around town in it just yet. But that's another thing cool too. Like it's cool. It's exciting. I give him shit about a lot of stuff, but I'm also excited for him because I'm excited to see him like build this thing. Mm-hmm. Like I'm always stoked for like to see something start to come together or see something like, something come to put together. But I'll give him shit all the way, like all throughout the whole process. Yeah. So, but it's dope. And like he told me like his plans for the car and everything. I'm like, yeah, it's fucking tight. It's gonna be cool. So.
He didn't tell me because I'd be like, cool, because I have no idea
what
the fuck he's talking about.
Mean? Yeah. And then he keeps like, so Martin and I have this thing where generally like if one of us does something, the other also does the thing very shortly afterwards.
Like getting bikes.
Huh?
Like getting bikes.
Like getting bikes, or like we've always just like I don't know, even like getting tattooed and stuff like that, or like we were just always like, I do something, he eventually will do it, or he'll do something and I'll eventually do it. And so he literally just goes like, hey man, just just go ahead and buy your truck because you know you're going to do it. And I was like, yeah, but like right now he's like, yeah, but you know you're going to do it. And like for a second, a second, I had this money for the investment sitting in my bank account. And I was like,
dude, don't look into the eyes. Don't let Martin.
And then he's sending me like literally every night, like I'll be laying in bed, it's 11 o'clock and I'll hear my phone like, ba-ding, and I look at it and it's like, check out this item on OfferUp. Dude. 1971 Chevy C10. Like I'm like, fuck.
He's doing it so that he knows he can like come and like help you / help. All right, cool. Oh, let's put in some belts.
I was like, so then I texted him, I was like, I just spent $6,000. And he was like, fuck. So, yeah, but yeah, man, everything's pretty good. Everything's falling into place. You know, I'm excited. I'm excited for the things that are coming and the things that are happening. You know, just overall in life. So
it's exciting.
Yeah. We this weekend. So we went and got. So there's a couple like cool and not cool things, but cool things happen this weekend. Mm-hmm. One, so we met up Saturday morning. You know, it was me, you, and Martin. Kelly joined us, and so did Dan Saw. Dan from Torture Culture, and I saw Jake last night, and I was telling him last night, like I feel like a weight has been lifted off of my chest because I handed over the hard drive with all the session files and everything to Kelly to get the Torture Culture record mix. So that's done. Well, you know, done on our end. Like fingers crossed, I don't have to do shit. I don't do anything else. And so like we came up with a game plan. Like we're like, you know, if you look at the Torture Culture logo and stuff like that, everything looks death metal, like beat down type shit. And we're not that, right? Yeah. Like we're not that band. So me, Dan, and Jake are on the group chat, and I was like, hey, let's get a new logo made. Let's talk about album art, stuff like that. Like we've had album art that we're just like, nope, we're not going to use it, you know, whatever. So like we're kind of coming at this with like a clean slate.
Good.
Like what you see for the record is going to be something that we haven't seen previously.
Cool.
And so like we hit up Ben, the same dude that did our like bird shirt. Yeah. I'm like talking to him, like get some shit together.
Extortionist?
Yeah, the lead singer of Extortionist. And and then so like on that front, so essentially what we plan to do is the fast song, the banger. We plan to do a music video for that song, and then we'll drop the music video and the EP same day. Boom, like here's everything.
Cool.
And then we're going to be setting up like an online store with like new merch and things like that, just to kind of like, here's everything, right? And then we're done with that. We're going to start writing new shit. So, you know, it's cool. It's like, this is the longest 6 songs EP I've ever worked on in my life. Is like,
you know, oh, sorry. It's just something I thought just stop it right now, but continue.
Yeah. And then, so yeah, I handed things off to Kelly and then like called it a day. And then, from there we went and we saw Chris, at Lamppost.
Bon voyage.
Which they're gone?
Dude, I don't know. No, I don't think so.
They're staying in a hotel starting, I think, today.
Yeah, I know that. Like he said, I think Monday was something like the car got sent.
Yeah,
and then I think they're still in town.
But I think they're out of the house though. Like they're staying in a hotel until like this week is for them in the house. Mm-hmm. So we should probably try and go see him this weekend. Yeah. I was trying to get over there this week, but it got super crazy busy. And then our boy is moving to Georgia.
I was like, Georgia? He's like, why'd you like that? Oh yeah. I was like, what? You're not there anymore? Like, and neither's your dad. Yeah. He's going to Georgia.
Yeah.
He's taking that midnight train to Georgia.
And we smashed an XL pepperoni with 18 wings. And so I don't know if I could tell this on the podcast, but I will anyways. So when Mike needs to use the restroom, Mike needs to use the restroom. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts, right? So
it's go time.
We all cruise together, and he just kind of looks at me and he goes, "Uh-oh." I was like, "You okay?" He's like, "Are we leaving soon?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, I'll be back." He just takes off. And then to the point where like, you know, you left and we're all talking and stuff, and we're all like getting ready to leave, and they're like, "Oh, we got to take a picture first." And Kelly's like, "Yeah, I got to bounce." You know, he's like, "Well, where's Mike?" And Martin's like, "Yeah, when Mike needs to go, Mike needs to go."
Dude,
that's it. He needs to go to the bathroom. That's it.
What I don't understand is why would you have... It's a pretty decent sized pizza spot. It's got its own bar area.
Yeah.
Booths and
its own brewery.
things.
Right?
Yeah.
Main Street Brewery.
And then the other side is like a more of like a team or a TVs and family room kind of thing, like a bigger space. Two spaces.
Yeah.
One toilet. One toilet.
One toilet and a urinal, right?
Yeah. And so, you know, I was like, all right, guys, I'll be back. There was someone in there. And I was like, no big deal. Dude, it got serious quick. Thankfully, I don't care what we're talking about this, but thankfully, you know, everything worked out. But lamppost.
Step
your pizza is the truth. It's really good.
It's really good pizza, yeah.
One toilet?
It's the
one toilet?
Lamppost pizza is the type of pizza. It's so good that when it comes out hot, you take that bite and you do the whole thing because you can't stop eating it, but it's like liquid lava in your mouth.
You know what I think the move is? This is so weird. This is such a thick boy thing to say, but like I remember like Chris, I don't know if Chris does this on purpose, but the times where he's done it, like the pizza will come out or the wings will come out first and the pizza comes out like right after. And it's like, for me anyway, I can't do temp hot like right away. I can't do that. I have to like let it cool. I'm not trying to burn the roof of my mouth.
Yeah.
But it's so nice when it's like, oh, I can do the wings. And then by the time we're done with the wings, it's pizza time and it's fine. But yeah, I don't like, dude, this is such a thick point. I don't like waiting for my pizza when it's too hot.
Yeah. such a thick boy comment. I don't like waiting for my hot pizza.
when it comes to food, I have some weird things. Like I don't like eating in my car.
Yeah.
I don't like it at all.
Dude, I ate in my car the other day. First off,
he has a really nice car.
It's like, yeah. First off, I went to Arby's. So, you know, it was like one of those days, right? Like I had a quick lunch. I didn't figure out what to eat. I was tired of everything around the office. And I was like, Arby's has the meats, right? So I went to Arby's. I got a beef and cheddar. It sucked. It was like, you know, I was like, it's one of those things where like I ate at Arby's and I go, now I remember why I don't eat at Arby's, right?
Yeah, why don't I get me more often? Oh, yeah, that's why.
And then so I apparently dropped a curly fry. And I have like the all-weather mats in my car and it somehow got stuck in the all-weather mats. So like I didn't know it had fallen. So I got out of the car, got back in the car at the end of the day, and I just like crunched this curly fry into the seats. And I was already feeling sick, feeling so bad. I was like, whatever, I'll just take care of it. So I got home and I went to pull the floor mat out, but I pulled it out wrong. And the curly fry just shattered and fell into the carpet underneath the mat. And I was just like, fuck it, I'm done. I didn't want to do it. So I just threw the mat over the curly fry. Nice. So it's underneath and there's like a hint of Arby's fry, like the seasoned salt in my car right now. And I don't know what to do about it, but it is what it is. I'm just going to let it be. Yeah. And then also, since we're speaking about bathrooms, so there's a little story to tell. So the other day, and she's in the other room, she can probably hear me. So the other day, it's morning time. I wake up, I go to the bathroom, and I'm like, oh, we're out of toilet paper. And I look underneath the sink where I normally keep the toilet paper, and there's no toilet paper. And I go out to the garage because I'm thinking, oh, we have some backup toilet paper in the garage. There's no toilet paper. And I was like, oh no. Luckily, there's wipes, right? We'll make do, but still, we need some toilet paper. Mm-hmm. So I go and I'm about to jump in the shower, and then I go, hey, we're out of toilet paper. And she was like, I'll do an order and I'll order some. I was like, okay, cool. So then, you know, she's like, yeah, I did an order, you know, I'll pick it up in a little bit. I'm going to run some errands. I was like, cool. Like I'm at work anyways. Right. So I get this text like a couple hours later. She's like, "Oh man, I fucked up." I was like, "What do you mean? What happened?" She's like, I ordered real shitty toilet paper. And I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "I was just going to buy a little bit to hold us over until we could go to like Sam's or Costco." And she's like, "And I got like the real bad toilet paper." And I was like,
like public park.
Yeah. I was like, "It can't be that bad." She's like, "It's like what you get at the park or like at the beach." And I was like, "Oh no." Right. And so I want you to feel this. I have it here. This is like,
I can see through it. Like,
it's like half ply,
dude. It won't matter how much time you.
It doesn't matter how much of this you gather, right? You will, like, this is. It's literally. So she was like, she was like, "Oh, I'm feeling all bad." I was like, "I'm sorry," and I'm just giving her shit for it. I'm like, "This is like, seriously, my ass hurts."
This is like the toilet paper when it doesn't matter how much I use. If I blow my nose, my hands are wet.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I want to blow my nose with this right now, but I know it's not going to do anything for me. So I'll just keep the snot in my nostrils. So today when I was leaving work, I was like, "I got to run to Target real quick. What do we need?" She's like, "Toilet paper." And I was like, "Yeah, I know what I was doing." She was like, "I'm so sorry." And I was like, "No, it's okay." I was like, "It just made me have a much greater respect for the shitty toilet paper that I have at the office because it's way better than this." So this happened. So if anybody needs half ply toilet paper for anything, it's transparent. Like, you can see through it. Like, here's my thumb.
Dude, that's awesome.
She's like, "I feel so bad." I was like, "It's all right. Seriously, it's okay. I'm just not going to use it." But it's, you know what though? It's a good backup if you completely run out and you go, "Oh, I have that.
Is it? Is it when you have wipes?
Positivity, dude. Hey, we've all been in the situation. Where we've had to use paper towels and you just kind of cut a little square out of the paper towels, Mm-hmm. But yeah, there's wipes also. So,
Dude.
I also, since we're talking bathroom talk, I just recently got a new toilet paper roll holder. You'll see it next time you go in there. Right. It has not only a toilet paper roll holder, but it also has a flip up top where you can put wipes inside of it. And then if you close the top, it's like a little cell phone.
Oh, cool. Finally.
Multifunction.
Finally, a place to put my cell phone when I'm in there.
If it was my decision, I'd have just put it directly in front of me so I could prop my cell phone up, and then you'd reach forward for the toilet paper. But, it is what it is. So that's our toilet talk for this week.
I used to love with my when I coached, they're like, "Dude, think about this, guys. Coach's patience comes from the era of when they would go poop, there was no phones." They did all serious. I'm like,
you haven't lived until you've just read a shampoo bottle ingredients list for like 20 minutes,
dude. Or I don't know. Yeah, my mom, clearly, because my dad didn't do this, but we had. I remember growing up, we had People magazine.
Yeah,
and that did it. That's poop time.
Dude, we were at those articles. We were at a antique store, and they had some antique Playboys, right? So of course, I'm leafing through, and then this is like 1978, 1980s, right? And I'm leafing through, and she's like, "Are you looking for titties?" And I was like, "Actually, no. Like, look at all these articles. Like, there's so many good articles in here. Like, it was legit a book of articles. Like, I get it. I get the toilet reading."
Yeah, I wonder if that's why I have I wonder if that gave me a lot of my
boners.
Well, that and no, what's it called? I feel like I'm always surprised with my what's the term when you pop culture. I'm always surprised and a little embarrassed on things that I know, they come up, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I knew that." Or I'll throw out something, and I'm like, well, "Why do I know that?" Yeah,
it's shinfo, right? Speaking of pop culture, and speaking of kind of shitty info, so we're totally switching directions here, but What do you think of the leak that Howard Stern is working on a Doctor Doom project for Marvel?
Okay, so I heard this, but I don't understand. I thought Howard Stern was just talking about that he knew of a Doctor Doom TV show.
I think he was working on the project. I don't know to what extent, but I think the video that I watched, I thought they were saying that he was like, he admitted that he was involved with a Doctor Doom project for Marvel. And with Comic-Con coming up and everything like that, you know, we're going to be hearing what the next slate is and what the next direction is. And of course, we can't go without Doctor Doom. And then, you know, we've gotten a glimpse of the Fantastic Four already in Multiverse of Madness.
Wait, when's Comic-Con is like soon.
Yeah.
When's D23?
I don't know. But Comic-Con is traditionally in like July, right?
Yeah.
And then Ty brought up a good point, like, what are we going to see in the post-credit scene for Thor next week?
I heard it's like something crazy.
It better be. You know what? Hot take. I rewatched Multiverse of Madness the other night. And I don't think it was like that phenomenal of a movie.
Yeah.
Right? Like it was cool and it was cool to see it, but I think they could have done so much more with it.
Yeah.
I missed the part and I finally watched the part that I had diarrhea in during the last during the movie. I don't know if I told anybody that story, but I had to like I started sweating and I had to run.
I remember you taking off and being like, what? Oh yeah, because you missed the
I missed the Dark Doctor Strange interaction. Yeah. Well,
so okay, this is what I think that I think Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness, I feel like that's gonna be a movie where like, and this is like in 4 years from now, I feel like we'll see stuff and we'll be like, oh, that's what that was.
It'll tie together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that movie, I think it. And I think we're finally getting into the era of like movies that haven't been affected now by the pandemic.
Right.
But in a way they are. Like obviously Wakanda Forever is it's not so much the pandemic but passing of Chadwick Boseman, so that had to like do a whole new whole thing. Hearing all the stuff that they were like wanting to do for Multiverse of Madness, like it's kind of it's a bummer
that they didn't do it.
Yeah, because like when just hearing like, dude, they were trying to get Tom Cruise to come in to do
Iron Man.
So I don't know. I think we're getting through like that. Like I've been hearing like people giving these newer movies like shit because but I think I really do think the pandemic changed storylines. Like even with the shows, like pretty much all the shows had stuff that had to be rewritten, or because of the like filming conflicts and stuff. So I think once we get out of that, and productions go like they were before the pandemic, I feel like we're gonna start getting like really good quality movies.
And I also think that like we have to allow.
We sound so nerdy.
Right, I know. We have to allow Marvel and even like DC and all these, which DC's in their own load of shit.
Dude, that whole
Ezra
Miller.
But we have to allow Marvel the time to lay groundwork for the next phase, right? Because everything that we went through led up to Endgame, right? And let's be real, like when Iron Man first came out, it was like, yo, this is sick. Like this is so cool. And then Iron Man 2 came out and you're like, okay, and then, but now when we look back at them, we're like, oh, those laid the groundwork for this entire universe that was phenomenal, right? But back then we just looked at it like, oh, okay. So like, I think that there's validity to what you said about the Doctor Strange thing, where like, we'll look back on this once everything's up and running, and we'll be like, oh shit, okay, yeah, that really was important, you know. Yeah, I'm excited for Thor next week. We got, you know, another theater again. We're on a really funny group chat. I don't know like 90% of these people. It's like through Ty and like the group, the homies and stuff. But like some of the reactions are like, yeah, I'm gonna need a +1 because my wife wants to see Thor for the for the plot.
Yeah, she wants to see it for the plot.
She wants to see it for the plot, you know.
+1.
Or like, I don't need a +1 because I think that was actually Raul. I don't need a +1 because my girl doesn't love me. So, you know, stuff like that. I'm excited to see Thor. I'm excited to see how these all kind of tie together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is the whole thing we go down. I think a lot of Moon Knight is going to tie into Thor or aspects of it.
I hope so.
The whole God thing, pantheon of gods.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I love Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Cannot believe he's going to be Gore, dude. That's going to be sad.
He looks terrifying.
I know. I love it.
You know, they did an interview with him and they asked him about Batman. Did you see that?
Yeah.
And how he was like, my agreement was, I'm not doing it unless Nolan is involved.
Yeah.
Right? If Nolan comes back, I come back. If not, that was our pact, you know? And I was like, fuck.
I know.
You know?
Nolan.
So, I don't know. But I'm also curious to see what they do with the Batman
Part 2.
You know, part 2, because I really hope that they follow along with what Robert Pattinson said, where like, we have to make people uncomfortable. This has to be, if we're going to have a Robin, he has to be a child placed in danger. Like, they don't do that because you don't do that to kids. You don't place kids in danger. But that whole aspect of the Robin character is a fucking 11-year-old that's being put in life and death situations. Like, that's part of the fucked up psyche of this whole thing, you know? So I'd be really interested to see that too.
Dang.
Yeah.
Have you heard, I don't know how reliable it is, but like the thing about making Joker a musical, Joker 2?
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. It's still out of universe, right?
Yeah.
And does it have anything to do with the Batman? Like, will it tie in any way?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Because if that's the case and it's a standalone thing, they could make it interesting. You and I both know we're fans of musicals. We can't deny it, but
they're like, Lin-Manuel Miranda is going to be directing it. Like, oh yeah, I'm in.
Yeah,
100%, all the way in, 1,000% in,
1,000%.
Can't wait. Yeah, no, it's cool. I'm. If that's the case, whether it is or not, it's just cool to hear that maybe like they're throwing out new ideas.
Yeah.
This is kind of cool. I like what DC's doing. I think they just need to focus on, like, stop trying to catch Marvel.
Yeah.
Like,
stop trying to catch this wave of just do your own thing.
Do your own like cool movies. The Batman was sick. Joker was sick.
But then also work on your casting, because we got a lot of fucked up shit going on in the DC universe.
Dude. And how just unlucky, crappy is it if like apparently Flashpoint is like sick. Apparently the movie's like so good, and then they got like all the cameos are like they said like work out really well in the movie, and then you have all this controversy with Ezra Miller.
Yeah,
like to the point where they have had to throw around the possibility of just canceling the movie.
Yeah, or recasting Flash and reshooting. That's a lot. That's a lot going on in that, because I don't know if that's even something that is like logical or attainable.
Yeah, like
you have to reshoot an entirely new movie to completely remove the Flash from the Flash.
I wonder what it's at as far as like where it's at right now. As far as like I'm sure it's well over 200 million.
I don't know. At this point, I feel like they have to just make the decision. Do we scrap it and lose the money, or do we release it and just rely on the people that are going to see it regardless of the controversy or not?
Yeah. I mean, they'll get our money, but normies, normal people.
Yeah. You know, all these.
But it's like, It sucks because it's, you know, you don't want to, obviously you don't want to, like, if you release it, is it like you're almost like you're being okay with what he did, or are you punishing everyone else who didn't do what he did?
I think you just hurt my brain.
If you don't really, sorry. So if you release it, what's bigger? Are you
praising what he did?
You're okay with what he did,
right?
Or if you don't release it, are you okay punishing everyone else that worked on that didn't do what he did?
True. Yeah, because even though he's the main lead character in this, there's still a lot of big names in this movie, and there's a lot of people who, like, you know, like, we could even talk about like Michael Keaton coming back. We could talk about I forget her name, but the girl that was cast as Supergirl. Right? Oh yeah. I mean, she's the first like Hispanic Supergirl ever. Are we going to take that away from her? Right. Type thing. You know, so shit like that. Like, there's a lot to consider, and then like including that, everybody that worked on this movie, not even just actors. Like, you're talking about people who wrote the scripts, people who, you know, worked on the film, people who, you know, like, this is years of work that's just gone. And that's where we fall into like this weird, strange world of like politics and, you know, cancel culture and all stuff like that. Is what he allegedly did right or wrong? You know, like, that's something that, you know, right now it's a lot of allegations, but nothing has been.
Yeah, he hasn't been convicted yet or anything.
He hasn't been convicted, but we've lost sight of the whole idea of, you know, innocent until proven guilty. Now it's guilty until proven innocent, right? But hopefully, what we're seeing with like, and this is not to say that Ezra Miller is in the right in any way, because to be honest, I don't even know the whole story. I don't know all of it. But like this goes back to the whole like Johnny Depp thing now, right? Like, that whole case was an eye opener for people. Like, oh, maybe we can't just believe everything or cancel somebody just because, you know, it feels like the right thing to do. We need facts, we need evidence, right? And then out of that, like, I don't know if you've seen or heard, like, apparently there's a rumor that there's a big $300 million offer for him to come back as Jack Sparrow. Like, nice. Hey, we fucked up. Yeah. Here's a pirate ship of money. Come back and be Jack Sparrow. Now, I don't know if that's real or not. I don't know if that's just rumor, hearsay, or whatever. But like, that's like the how do we right this wrong type thing. So then now you're looking at a studio going like, now what? What do we do? Do we wait this out? Do we push the movie back? Can we push the movie back? Do we not release it? You know, like, it's crazy. Like, all the politics behind it. Like, what do you do?
Yeah. I don't know.
It's nuts, man. Like, it's so much to process.
Yeah. And with her, because she's in the new she's in Aquaman too, right?
Yeah.
And so are they gonna? Because
yeah, there's been talks about like removing her from the film, but then like, how much of a role did she play in Aquaman 2? Like, how important was Mera in that movie? Like, she was big in the first movie. Yeah. So how much did she play in the second one? I don't know. Like, do they wait for this to like, this too shall pass, and then we just go like, hold off a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. DC, that is DC's model. They kind of don't say, they don't really say shit. Yeah. Say shit until.
Yeah.
I don't know. Either way, hopefully we get these movies. I'm still gonna go.
I'm still gonna watch them. I have this. I've tried to explain this to people before, and like, some people get it. A lot of people kind of like still trying to argue with me about it. Like, I have an ability to separate the art from the artist.
Yeah.
Right. Same thing as like, you know, I think we've talked about it before, like with music and stuff like that. Like, can you listen to a band if you don't agree with their politics or their, like, you know? And I think, you know, it's still the idea of like, well, I guess it depends on the level that they're speaking at, right? Like, if they're blatantly, you know, promoting like racism, or they're blatantly promoting, you know, we can choose not to support it, but we don't have a right to shut them down because of freedom of speech, right? Plain and simple. Like, even though what you're saying is not correct, or I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. Whatever, you still have the right to say it because that's what America is fucking founded on, right? And then same thing, like, there was always the controversy with As Lay Dying. Like, As Lay Dying comes back, one of my favorite bands of all time. Do I agree with what Tim, went to prison for? Do I agree with what he did? No, right? Like, I don't support that. Like it's tough. But then, like, having insight on what, he did go through and, like, things he's talked about, like, does it justify it? Not really, but we see where your headspace is at. There's a little more clarity to where your head was at when this happened. Mm-hmm. And then, so it's like, do I support, there's 5 members of that band. Do you support the band and those 5 members, or do you punish the other 4 because of what one person did type shit? No. And that's kind of what it boils down to. Like, are you able to separate, like, the art from the artist? Are you able to separate the musician from what they talk about or what their political beliefs are? Are you able to separate, like, a movie from, like, how many people loved Pirates of the Caribbean, and then when they thought Johnny Depp was an abuser, they're like, fuck all these movies. Like, you still, it's still a great movie. Yeah. Right? Like, these are still a great series of movies. There's a reason why it made so much money. Right. But at the same time, what do you do? So it's tough, man. It's like, and then how do you skirt the lines of like, oh man, this is my favorite movie and now I can't watch it anymore.
Yeah. And I think it's up to case by case, individual. Yeah. There's people who wrote off Michael Jackson. I still bought Michael Jackson.
Yeah. I still got my glove somewhere.
The gloved one. Dude, do you remember when Ty wore?
Dude.
Ty's the best.
I got to give it up to Ty, man. Not only, like, are you so committed, dude, with, like, the headbands and the jerseys and everything like that, but you have more confidence than I think I have in my entire body. Coming out like that doesn't help that you're handsome and buff.
Yeah,
you're not a thick boy with the sniffles. Yeah.
Do you have a package that's here?
No, somebody's opening the sliding door. Yeah.
Where's the Graham working out in the back?
Yeah, I know. We gotta open the blinds to see, like, lunges in the back.
But yeah, so it's gonna be, I don't know. It's not our money.
Yeah, it is. It kind of is what it is.
But it is our money to choose what we want to do with it, as far as on our end. Support it, not support it.
So before we kind of get out of here today, because this show is there's a high percentage of no bragging rights listeners for this show. You guys put out a little post the other day with a picture of the boys, and you in particular put out a picture of the Zoom call. Mm-hmm. You wanna explain yourself?
No. Okay. Yeah. So Daniel, our guitar player Daniel, he is. For what people may not know is that he's actually a California, born in California, but he's spent most of his life in the Pacific Northwest. Yeah. Actually, when we met Daniel, we were on tour and we played with his band in his hometown, which is Centralia, Washington, and that's where we stole him from, took him from there, and then years later he would return to the Northwest with his wife, and they've been living in Portland, Oregon. He gave me the time frames. This will be real quick, guys.
Yeah, real quick.
So funny. was telling him to send me pictures. I was like, send me pictures. So he lived there from 99 to 2008. That was in Centralia, Washington, and then he has been in Portland since 2016. So good little chunk. And
Nice
him and his wife and his kiddo are going to be moving east. I always forget where in Pennsylvania, but they're moving to Pennsylvania.
Pittsburgh?
No, no, it's like, anyway. And so he was kind of expressing, he's like, hey, I'd like to, it'd be cool if we could play some shows before I leave. And so we got on a Zoom call and we're trying to figure out what dates work. And I don't think, we haven't announced what days. Yeah.
A little dicey there.
Yeah. So, but as of right now, we do have dates, and now it's just a matter of booking the bands, and kind of we have holds on venues, and so yeah, we're excited, dude. Anyway, we're looking for bands.
Let me know.
Yeah.
Let me know.
So
record's gonna be out. So
yeah, I'm excited for it. For reals.
I am too. I'm just, part of me is like, yes, it's done. But another part of me is like, hey, some of these songs actually like rip. So I think they'll be fun to like hear fully done and produced. Like we keep hearing rough versions of everything. Like,
and it's a fresh take on your voice.
Yeah. I sound different. guys.
Yeah, it sounds cool. It sounds good. That's cool. But so yeah, so I almost said the dates again, just like randomly being like, yeah. So this is, dude. Yeah. So anyway, we have a. I guess this isn't, but we have a weekend. And now
just leave it at that.
Yeah, we have a weekend.
Yeah, we have a weekend. You guys have a weekend.
Yeah.
There's a weekend.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, which means I start running.
Yeah.
It's 3. Dude, we gotta cut this. That's at the weekend. It's fine.
It's a weekend.
It's fine. The weekend.
Yeah, it's a weekend.
You know, whatever. So yeah, I gotta.
You want me to cut this?
I know. It'd be like these weird edits. No, that's fine. That's not. It's whatever. So yeah, it's a Pacific Northwest, a weekend, and it'll be a good time. It's gonna be a send off.
Struggling
I know.
so hard.
A fun.
You're like Tom Holland trying not to give Spider-Man news,
dude. I feel like I'm normally pretty good at this. But yeah, just gonna do a little send off to Daniel, and
I'll be there, whether we play or not.
Yeah,
but if we play,
dude, I think we sick.
I can tell you this: if the invite gets extended, the guys will be down.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure Steve will play.
If he's not doing stuff with Voodoo.
Yeah, if he's not getting paid to be in this huge punk rock band.
That's so sick.
That being said, so before we end this episode, because today is technically the 30th, it's the last day of like men's mental health awareness. Mm-hmm. I want to tell you guys this. You've seen all the posts, you've seen a bunch of people post about things like this, but it's like a joke, but it's not really a joke. And today proved it for me. They always say that like men are complimented so little that they remember everything. Like for the rest of, like somebody would be like, yeah, I still remember like back in like right when I got into college, a girl just once told me like, you look good with a beard. And I've had a beard ever since. Like, right. Yeah. Like literally today, I'm just wearing Chucks today. Plain old, like I got a closet full of sneakers and I just went with plain black and white classic Chucks today. Right. And I walked into the mall cause I had to get a gift card. And this dude was like, what's up, man? I'm like, what's up, dude? He's like, man, classic Chucks always look good. They never go out of style. And like, just off of that, like I'm like, thanks, man. Fuck it. You're right. You know, and just started like walking with a little more swagger in my step and stuff like that. But then they're Chucks, so I slip. There's not a lot of grip on the bottom, you know. But you know, one compliment to the male in your life or the males in your life will go a long way. Go a long, long way. I just need one of you guys, preferably female, to tell Mike that his gray hair looks good in a believable way so that he doesn't color his hair. Right now it looks kind of dark.
You're just saying that now.
No, actually, like looking at the screen, it looks kind of dark.
I know. This is what happened last time.
Is this the layrite?
That's what gave me the confidence last time. I was like, oh, look at, I was like, oh. And I was like, hey, does my hair look darker? And you're like, no, it doesn't. But
oh man,
but I like that because I feel like that is true about compliments for men.
It's funny. I actually saw this. I think it was a TikTok video of that I sent, and it was like secrets about men that most women don't know. Let's see if I can find it. If I can't in the next 3 seconds, then we're just not going to watch it. Let's see.
You know what the text message I'm gonna get from my mom is sorry, couldn't respond. I was in the live taping. That's what I'm gonna get back.
All right, so here you go. So like, what are some guy secrets that girls don't know? And I'm gonna read these off for you guys because you know, Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Sometimes we pee on the poo stains in the toilet because we're too lazy to use the scrub. Facts. What's the next one? If you compliment my appearance, I will probably remember forever. I still remember when a girl in college told me I looked nice with my beard when I first grew it out. I've had a beard ever since. So that is also facts. More guy secrets. Let's see here. We have the magical power of thinking about absolutely nothing. Facts. Manspreading isn't a sexual thing. We're actually trying not to crush our balls between our legs. Fair. Or we're trying to get ventilation.
Yes.
After a shower, we have no problem drying our balls and face with the same towel. Most of the time we try to dry the face first and then the sack, but sometimes we have to go back to the face. We just hope that we use an uncontaminated part of the towel. And by uncontaminated, my balls are clean after a shower. Just, you know, wiping the balls and wiping my face is just a little, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's fair. And then let's see here. I think there's one more. There's one more. It's taking too long to load. They got about 2 seconds before I move on. Oh, there it is. Your chances of getting what you want out of us are infinitely higher if you just tell us directly. Fair. When we want to be alone, it's not that we don't want to be around you, it's that we don't want to be around anybody for a little bit. Also, men don't get the hint. Saying, I almost broke my neck in the driveway is not the same thing as asking us to actually shovel it. In my mind, I'm thinking, thanks for the heads up. I'll be careful when I go out there.
Dang, sounds scary.
Yeah. Oftentimes, we genuinely don't care where we go to eat because we're just hungry and we want food. Any food. As long as who we're going with eats some too. Mm-hmm. And those are all facts. 100%.
Yeah. Only truth there.
Only truth. Pure facts, no feelings. That being said, once again, next week we have Papa Perez coming in. After that, we do have another guest lined up. We're not gonna jinx ourselves this time around, so we're just gonna let it happen. But make sure you guys follow, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Chewy's telling you in the background as well. At Walking Blind Pod, walkingblindpodcast@gmail.com. Make sure you guys check it out. Shout out to Liquid Death. This isn't even it's not even a joke anymore. Like I'm legit like looking in the fridge like, oh no. Oh no, I need more water. And then I feel guilty drinking out of a water bottle Because like I have a recycling container out front just full of liquid death cans. And then there's some water bottles in the fridge that I'm like, I should drink that water, but I don't want to touch it. It's bad for the environment.
I'm not trying to fuck with the environment.
It's not even a joke anymore. It's pretty bad.
It's real. It's a real deal.
Real deal.
This is delicious.
If you guys have any questions for Papa Perez, you guys have some extra time to send them in because he will be here for next week's episode. If you guys have questions for us, make sure you send them in on the gram, on the Instas, anything, on the talks.
Yeah.
I think we're about due for another joint TikTok. It's been about 6 months since the last one we did.
Yeah.
So we will see you guys soon. We love you guys. Peace.